Have you ever had your DNA test reveal you're 12% mayonnaise? The Ancestry DNA test was supposed to be a fun Christmas gift from my wife. She'd done hers and discovered she was part Viking, which explained her love of cold weather and tendency to conquer household projects. I expected something boring like 100% British Isles, or maybe a surprise Spanish ancestor. What I didn't expect was a phone call from GeneTech's legal department asking me to sign a non-disclosure agreement before they could release my results. Is this normal? I asked the lawyer on the phone. Sir, nothing about your results is normal. We've run your sample 16 times. We've had 3 different labs verify. The results remain consistent. A week later, I sat in GeneTech's corporate office across from Dr. Yuki Sato, their head geneticist, and 4 lawyers. Dr. Sato slid a folder across the table with hands that trembled slightly. Mr. Peterson, your DNA is 88% standard human genome. The remaining 12% is chemically identical to commercial mayonnaise, specifically Hellmann's Real Mayonnaise, original formula. I laughed. It had to be a joke, but nobody else was laughing. The egg proteins, oil compounds, vinegar acids, they're not just present in your DNA, they're integrated into the helical structure itself. You have what we're calling condiment chromosomes. I thought about my life, looking for signs I'd missed. I'd always been unusually pale. I did have a strange aversion to heat and preferred cold environments. And there was that incident in college when my girlfriend complained I tasted tangy. How is this possible? I managed to ask. Dr. Sato pulled up a presentation. We traced your genealogy back 6 generations. Your great-great-grandmother, Ethel Peterson, worked at the Hellmann's factory in New York from 1913 to 1962. She was present during what company records call the Incident of 1947. What incident? Details are scarce, but there was an explosion in the experimental foods division. Ethel was the only survivor. She was covered in what witnesses described as luminescent mayonnaise and quarantined for 3 weeks. 9 months later, she gave birth to your great-grandfather. They showed me faded photographs of Ethel. Even in black and white, she had an unusual sheen to her skin. Every generation since has diluted the mayonnaise DNA, but it's remained stable. You're the highest percentage we've recorded. Your children would likely be 6% mayo, your grandchildren 3%. My mind reeled. So I'm part condiment? Legally, you're human, one lawyer quickly interjected. But biologically, you're a human-mayo hybrid, the first documented case. Dr. Sato leaned forward. Have you noticed any unusual abilities? Temperature resistance? Natural emulsification properties? I thought about it. I'd never gotten sunburned, even after hours at the beach. Salad dressings I made were always perfectly blended, and that time I'd fallen into the deep fryer at my fast food job, I'd emerged completely unscathed. We'd like to study you, Dr. Sato continued. With your permission, of course. The applications could be revolutionary. Burn-resistant skin, enhanced preservation of organs for transplant, natural UV protection. They offered me $1 million to participate in their research program. I signed immediately. What else was I going to do? Pretend I wasn't part mayonnaise? The news leaked within a month. Mayo Man became my unwanted nickname. Subway offered me a lifetime spokesperson deal. Hellmann's tried to claim ownership of my genetic material. The legal battles continue, but the strangest part came when other people started getting tested. Turns out, I wasn't alone. There's a woman in Ohio who's 7% mustard, a man in Texas who's 15% barbecue sauce, a whole family in Maine that's part tartar sauce. We formed a support group, Condiment Americans United. We meet monthly, sharing experiences of discrimination and discussing our unique health needs. The ketchup hybrid from California needs regular tomato supplements. The hot sauce guy from Louisiana can't eat anything below 50,000 Scoville units. My wife took it well. She says it explains why I'm so smooth and why I go so well with sandwiches. Our kids, tested at birth, are 6% and 5% mayo respectively. They'll live normal lives, mostly, though we've had to ban them from food fights. Sometimes I wonder about Ethel and that luminescent mayonnaise. What were they trying to create? Why did it bond with human DNA? The Hellmann's company maintains no records exist, but sometimes packages arrive at my door with no return address, containing vintage mayo jars and notes that say, "You're not the first, and you won't be the last."